That's Natalie Grant. There's a poem that goes with this that you have to click on this a few times to get, if you know how to do that. Click on YouTube. A little song here. Remember? Dun, dun. Father, please help us to go. The battery's running out on this, and I just wrote a poem for my life. Remember, everybody here has context. Sorry, I just have to get. I'm recording live to someone that you'll meet soon. Thank you. Where is the plug? Let's see, where is it? Don't worry about it. It's okay. It'll be okay. Everything wants to be satanic in my face, not you. Believe me, it doesn't matter. Believe me, it's all right. She's going to see you soon. I'll wait for you. I'm reaching out. Yeah, so if you can't see it, it should be available to you. But if you can't, you click on the song and the video, you'll get the poem that was written through my life. I could never own that. It's insane. But it did through my life. But it's being done so I can harness a lot of stuff that I don't give out because people want to fake me. But those who walk in principle are those who I want to give it to. Well, and then you can get honored by things that honor you, and everything crazy wants to act like I'm against you and tell you things about reality that don't exist within reality. We can stand face to face. Yeah. Pray, Father God, that you protect her children from the advance of things that seem so sincere, and they are. But I pray everything that would be harnessed, God, that you allow me to be rebuilt, and you would use the person that you want. I'm not saying it's you, but you are a person that I'm going to honor. Please understand, what I do in context is not able to be under anybody's dominion. They don't want that, but I'm not governed by what people believe is true if they're very adept. And there's a whole community of people who are used in honor and beauty who might be held back from seeing who I am, kid of God, okay? But things are being manifested. I mean that in a particular sense. The sons of God will be manifested. So, I mean this in whatever sense I mean that. I am literally someone who's provable to be who I am. Pastoral things. But everything wants to persuade you. And the devil comes out real big against people when they're meeting the people they're supposed to meet. I'm a danger to, everybody shoe, not their foot. Beautiful feet. Hopefully not their feet in case they want to step on a spider whose babies deserve to live. So please marry me and protect caterpillars and lovely critters and cucarachas everywhere. Anyway, the point is basically, I am who I am, but I live in the beautifulness that I do. And there's so much more to learn. I want to make sure I honor the things of honor. But those who are being tricked are being tricked. And sometimes it's their obedience, I would say, because God withholds himself. And Emmanuel withheld them from knowing, right? Isn't that true? On the road to Emmaus. So they're not being disobedient at that point by purpose. If they were, that was contextual. But God held himself back. He holds himself back today. Isn't both true? So it doesn't mean people are not perceptible, because they're still authoring things that every reference point is constantly answering. I'm not sure you understand the nature of this. It's truly powerful. So pray. And pray again, and get around paternal figures, and don't work with what they say, but pray with them if they're saying things against you and me. Because what I do is in context. It's not correct or so, but believe me, it's bursting. May I honor these things. Father, may you help to grab every part of this. May everything be addressed and assessed. Oh, Abba, I beg you that you remember all the stories. My cry up again. Almost. How can I carry on? Can't find you. Abba, shelter. And the road. Whisper through the rain. I'm with you. Crazy God who gives, takes away. Abba, shelter, Rebecca. Crazy mystery. I pray every financial thing that you have positioned, that everything would be opened up. And as you went to Lazarus, whatever I do in the fractured reality that I live within, may your beautifulness breach in. And may you make sure that the person I get, in careful consideration between two, may our prayers bring her and the right person to her. If that's me, and that's her to me. I may look a certain way, but I come like a kid. Don't mistake it. Don't mistake it. God, you make me socially adept, but I'm a mess in many ways. May you clean up my mess. May I patch it up and show her, even if it's a late arrival. Out of sync with your intimate symphony, God, where it works with our free will, not looks, works with our free will. And it stayed back, and the frustration of God is what love gave us. And he gave us a chance to frustrate God, and he goes through horrific things for the madness we partook of, and the lack of information that we allow to be cut away. As is operating in things where we have to have a rebuilding and an open ear always to what we're saying, hopefully not definitively about many things. But if you ever been hurt by me, it wasn't necessarily to do with things that have massive context. Where it hurts, what was put into me. Because I was raised by people who I was given through the parental, authority in my life. In other words, my parents. The thing I'm watching today says the number that you said in a certain video in such an amazing way that the number after that refers, as I say to my dad, to you. However it refers, it's biblically beautiful, is taking place beyond degree. And if people realize what was going on, it's more than I can say. Don't miss out. Whatever has happened is happening in a purpose, and I'm fighting stuff where I'm not. But the fact is, what's happening is bursting I want you to pray for my destiny because I'm a brother of the family. And there's only one thing to do with that. That's to work within what we have purposed. Actually, God has purposed and drew us into a vow that we said yes to. And when I want you to pray for my destiny, this is what's problematic. And you will be the example of that. That's your will, not by force. I'm so dangerous, right? Not saying you're saying this, I don't know you. But I want you to understand, I'm here to honor you because people get to see you. And you're worth fighting for, worth fighting for, worth fighting for. Well, I can be all big until I am, but there's someone big in his wonderfulness inside my life. And he's beautiful, and his thirst is for, it seems to me, a precious, beautiful. When I walk by any person in the softness of his love, his daughters, uncovenanted, not dressed correctly or not, it's something beautiful. And I'm saying, whatever it seems like, anybody can say people are obsessed. And if they are, it doesn't really matter because they were allowed to get there by stuff that we're teaching to each other that exists nowhere within the precious scripture, may I say. Oh, Abba, may you help my mother to see the things, realize, may you pay the price that is beautiful to help me when nobody else really, they're help, they want to help, but I'm not even communicating effectually enough. But understand, I'm not here against people, and I'm not against you. I'm here to honor you, but not against my conscience. And that's what you want if you're looking for people. If I don't look like someone you want, believe me, you'll be able to participate at your own will. But I ask you to consider your vow because when people do not respond, it could be involved with that. Now, this could be maybe a vow you made to God and you're looking for a sign. But I'm also a brother and I will hopefully act as that. Do I have written things that maybe, to be honest, there's things written which I can't give to you because it could possibly provoke you, okay? It's beautiful things, but you'll see it when these things are realized with referring to whoever that is, okay? It's not what it appears like, but everything appears like something else. And our appearance, the appearance of what we work with is not full revelation truth. That's how Mike, I gotta put this thing through the washer. That's how that's how David's wife became unable to bear. He got forgiven. And I want to pray with you. Can I pray with you? Can I see your face? Can we speak and pray? Can we come before the Father and say, is this the person? Can you come to me when I look ridiculous? Can you help me not look ridiculous? Carefully said. Because I'm here to honor you. And all I do is the context. I've given a lot of things that make it very beautiful. Very sure. See, you think people are breaking in my place and stuff like that. It just said 139. 39 is the age of my twin brother and myself. You'll see. God wants to save you for a loving reward picture, hopefully, also. But these numbers are so precious, literally. And it's actually 39 right now because 1128 is 3. Well, no, sorry. 48, which is 1, which is 4. That's 57. You know, in other words, these numbers are constantly happening, and you'll see these things actually on your videos. But anyway, it's amazing. Like I mess up, and there you are, with exactly the sin I did, looking ridiculous. And I make a fool of myself. But I don't want to see things that don't refer to what you've done, because if that's the case, and as a person, I have to chase you. You know, and I'm not saying, look, I'm not a danger to people, but the fact is, anything can look like anything. Your life matters, and my life matters, and the context doesn't matter when you can find out information that can look all like in the current situation. Satan is a loser, and I am a protector of spiders and lovable, beautiful people. And I've gone to jail for praying in a custom, beautiful purpose that was so lovely. And you'll get to hear about these things, and I'll get to meet you. I don't want to go around talking about how great I am, but I have to use whatever. I'm not saying I talk about that. I'm saying whatever I use, I'm using to staple people to reality, not by bringing a staple gun out and hurting people. I'm not against you. Very sure. I have to look that up. Very sure. UK. Very sure alarms. Get.verisure.co.uk. These things are happening for a reason. There's probably information. You'll see these numbers probably all over the place. If it's not on there, it's there somewhere. It's unbelievable what's happening beyond degree. Everything is rounding up with the months, the views, the second mark. You'll realize that your channel is lit with things that I can show you. And I'm not saying you're the person, but it's all over the map. And I'm not at all saying you're not the person. There's the things that I write that are sometimes embarrassing. I can't take that down because people say that. I can't protect you through things that involve a breach of my perception. And right now, I just need somebody to care. And if you're with that person, may God protect us because the adversary hates this. He wants you to believe that you heard from God. From this time, we are allowing things to be worked in that picture, and you're precise. You see, you do so well, and you're still being used to rock into my life. And many prophetic, lovely people that bear the image of God in the colorfulness of you, in different shades of, the people that got abused, but made something beautiful. Whatever the nature of how that was in secular or whatever, it depends how they go about the things of truth and the separated love picture that involves for themselves. And they have to separate themselves from Egypt and access the power of the resurrection. Come to a place where they say, I want to fall, baby. See, we get taught about away from that in the faith, and some people go and they do it all the time. But if you pray for my life, pray that the Father would build me into a Mordecai picture where I'm willing to fall in the middle of a city and not shake the hands of those who are being honored if I don't shake their hands. What I do is contextual. I'm 20 years in the faith and I look ridiculous. And I need to learn a lot. And if you're the help of my life, I want you to honor me. Because if you max the honor picture into things I don't deserve, but I'm due, because if I honor you or until I love you, it's two angles. And I need a lot of things that will crush what has been taught to me in reverse. But when I speak, you'll find out. May the Father allow us. It's beautiful. And if you think I'm saying that came from me, what on earth? We're here. Don't let people go away from you when your vow obligates you. Your vow obligates you to be there for my mother, my dad, my family. May you be there, and so we don't mock at people who are actually possibly being withheld, and they're being obedient to a purpose that withholds them from seeing Emmanuel on the inside of a situation that looks crazy. And I will purposely keep things away from the public scene, involving my life in things that seem like a rebukable thing. And when people pay the price to know your life and know the context of what you might have done wrong, then they can talk to you. But see, the manner in which we approach people is seeming to be the way that people above in the above army are being dropped under the power of satanic purpose. And we are not saved. Where 1 Corinthians chapter, I think 1 Corinthians 10, it shows these things happen for our examples, right? So the imagery there is the ambassadors joined by purpose of free will, right? He called them out and said, come out with me. He didn't say, I demand, but when people say this stuff, they're talking in context, I suppose. But he called them out, and they chose whatever the case of how these things. I'm here to learn, but basically, just to say, they chose to come out and access what was the final blow of the Passover. And so Moses is a picture of the one that he was about to, in other words, he made it to the promised land. We see in the Transfiguration reality, him and Elijah. And Moses, him and Elijah, rather, in the Transfiguration New Testament. But these things we're picturing a New Testament reality. I'm here to illustrate. I have a lot to learn. You will hopefully see things and get to see what people saw about whoever they married, But I want to be able to trust that you're not going to go away from your vow. And if you do, I'll have to come and use whatever I do, not to hurt you, but to use things to say, nah, nah. And I'm used to do that. It's not to hurt people. If you're worth fighting for, people will pull out all the stops and biblical things and hopefully not get off into sin pictures. I'm not here to hurt you. My mom didn't pay for what she did, so I can be imaged by the adversary. Who have I hurt in life? I've hurt a lot of people through love confused. Can you help me? Can you please protect me from things that I don't want you to ask me? Like things are just what they are. We are who we are. I'm a little bit eccentric, and my way of speaking can be misinterpreted because I want to be able to be loyal. You're actually the Father in me until I build relationships. And what would be the most devastating? Yes, God, the adversary's purpose in that. Here because it's static, but man, a lot of things need to be improved. But a lot of things can be told to you by things that are trying to take people off the road. And to have agreement with justice pictures that don't check the info, that are not about people coming to harm the cucarachas down the streets, and that actually exist here. And other things, and other critters and things like that. And, so if you go with me, we can go save the world. The beautiful whales, that's the picture. Wow, I'm telling you, that's a good thing I remember that. Remember that, write a note down to talking about that if you can right now, please. I'm not here to hurt you, but see, the thing about this is it's not operating from where people are talking sense. And they are because they're being withheld from knowing. Many prophetic people are seeing me in a way that is not reflecting what they vowed. And if they heard from God, they heard in such a way that withheld them. So I bump into more purpose along the lines that will clarify things for people. And you'll probably find that the things that you do and that you want to do that I've seen you talk about doing. And I've not looked at all your videos. And in fact, it's very insufficient and it hurts to know. But the thing is, it involves an amazing thing where I'm writing about you over and over and over and over, and then making a fool of myself in ways that probably didn't feel so great because you probably saw things. And the fact of the matter is, I cannot withdraw things outside of principle. And if I'm right or God's right or are we right when I can understand that, can you walk in with me? Can you walk with me and just allow me? But may the Father correct me, but the fact is people cannot be, I can't go like Saul and honor the voice of the people and find myself in hell. So no, I'm not in belief where I'm just saved for all eternity no matter what I do. No. These things are not realizable within truth until somebody can prove to me that. And it's going to take quite a bit of explanation. John 15, 1 Corinthians, for our example, that was New Testament. So they didn't make it. And who was that? Moses, the Savior, the liberator, the shepherd. He is imaging his brother. He's not the shepherd, but he spoke things that his wife was using to call them out of Egypt, the Passover, the final blow, and then they accessed that and they were baptized into what? The name, into Christ as a picture of Jesus. He's not Jesus. These are all illustrative. They're not reality of clarity. They were a reality of a time that was used to image, and the people of Israel were used to image all of our peoples. I don't really know if I want to go with the idea that the adversary might find some pleasure in quite a bit, because the Jewish people are not supreme, right? But they were used foundationally as a foundational illustration. They're like the foundation, you might say, in a certain way, people that were used to show the world who we are. And so these things, the adversary would want a people that have already demonstrated through bogus situations that they made something pretty awesome, and we'd have to be utterly insane whatever people feel about things. I mean, the reality is still exactly what it is, and people took some bogus situations that are still that way, which the adversary wants us to fix by everything that has no fixable power, except in Egypt pictures, which refers to illustration, not actuality of what Egypt was, but God used the
the physical power in the oasis picture there that must have been utterly colorfully magnificent and mathematically astronomical, literally precise, but it wasn't aligned with God. It was just, but these things happen in periphery through the principal reality of an authored reality that is authored from the one who built his love kids. But they operate in Egypt pictures, and they have power to basically take themselves to hell and put and build things that will be destroyed. But their actual expression within context matters so much. But we can't let it get mocked. And I'm kind of going a little bit off. I'm saying things like, so, I'm saying is that, I don't, in terms of the people that you find yourself and we find you looking majestic, right? Oh man, adorable. Now, I'm not going to say I'm the one for you, and I'm saying I don't want to talk that way with you, because what if I say I can't do it because there's somebody else out there, and it's like we can pray this patiently and enjoy and get confirmed. I might take a while to do that. I'm a little eccentric. Believe me, a lot of things we smooth out, but I want you to honor hopefully the conviction that I must walk in, and you'll watch a broken, fractured life be accelerated into the dare, the chase, the boldness, the invigoration of the flame. In other words, the building of the relationship on my side that was fractured. And so God wants to bring, in other words, I will assume that he wants a story that he can canvas in front of the world to show what he showed through Israel. And those pictures would refer to what he showed through the realization of the Moses into reality through Amal. But the fact is, these things, I have much to learn, but my life needs to be fixed, and I want to pass my to God. It's so beautiful, but it's so much happening that I have to pretty much go buck wild to go. I'm saying it's a harmless beauty sense that saves caterpillars from the dangers of people's shoes. So please, if you have an infestation, that does not mean I'm not going to call people in there. I'm saying it won't happen. You will have no infestations. If you ever do, we must, rebuke the lovable bugs, that come to hurt nothing, but they're just out here. They're pests. We must protect the pests. We must protect them. Anyway, I'm joking, but the thing is, like, look, whatever it is, it will work out. It will streamline into reality, and it'll be built to be utterly amazing. It already is. My life is literally, it's so please don't let what people told you, what they told you they heard from God. I'm telling you, I can show you that what they're working with, and I'm not here to double talk, to basically, but they're precious and they're actually on point, because what they're doing, if Emmanuel is withholding them from seeing the truth, they're actually being obedient, and they're still kicking the devil around, and they're still hitting so many points that it bursts wide. What we call anything bursting wide, we call anything bursting wide. I put that on repeat until basically, who knows what are the brush my teeth today. I think. Oh no, I didn't. Anyway, but well, I was up late now. But anyway, so yeah, of what we call, I'm telling you, it's bombing. And if you're gonna let people cause you to miss that, they need to come and talk to me. If they start talking things that are trying to vet me, believe me, I'll answer them by not answering them, and I'm gonna come over there and spank them with teddy bears and lovable hugs, or just bring Barney and friends over here, and we can have a complete melee and do World War III with stuffed animal choreography, and then bring people to just show what absolute I don't know. I'm not here to hurt people, but this stuff, they are not allowed to arbitrate things that go against their vow, and they don't know that. So that's why they're still on point with things in my life. But it's awkward. I show up on their sites, and you and other people have recognized things, and then I began doing things that were out of sync. But it was like there's something in an unshapen way that women are hopefully will go and just in sort of a situation that might have not been taken right. But the fact is, wait a minute, can we sort this out? Because what was my intention? You don't know why I never showed up and called you. You don't know what I was doing with that or trying to do. And my mother put a lot in me that you'll appreciate. But if you understand, just assume that I'm literally making myself look ridiculous on women's sites and bumping into things that are hurtful. If I don't talk about many things or anything, believe me, there's a desire for that, but that would take a willingness to pray and make sure that you're the person, you're the one for me. And God knows reality will submit, but you can't be forced to what. See, you don't want to realize that you took so much of my life to blow it up for things that are magnificent, powerful. This white guy and all this. Do you realize that your numbers that you're doing across your site in the videos you're referencing are not only talking about numbers that you might have known about, but numbers that are known, all the blah blah shut that are actually on. This room right here is lit, packed with information that you will assume before we know refers to things that you will unpack. And I'm telling you, it's literally cereal boxes, everything. Am I talking insane? That has to be assessed. And you can have things that walk with it. Oh man, please do not break the rules. Okay, that's obviously saying, oh well, that's everywhere. Let me tell you, if I start talking about things, you'd be like, wow. Wow, like everywhere you go, boom, 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 boom. I'm glad we protect this reality and pray for my family, my twin brother, beautiful person, fought. This is a combination convergence of a lot of things. It's beautiful. It's already begun. Whatever I look like, and it's not so anybody can dive in. If they're sincere, may they pray and bless my life. Because the moment they want me to do something, whatever I look like, in other words, all right, that's not actually mine. So what I'm saying to you is if you can see these things, I'm telling you, it is powerful. And there are things I cannot put out there because I need to pray them into a ability to pray. And I want you to pray with me. And I want you to assume that I'm not even praying when I'm not praying, because God is powering things into things that are privately on Facebook that are written to possibly you. And if I can't share with you, it's because I don't love you. I mean, I love you when I do. Can I have a chance to? Can you not ask me these things like you love me and am I beautiful and stuff like that? You are exactly who you are. And we'll get to meet you, but please don't hurt my hurting heart. Because if you didn't know this, there are things all over the map, and I'm telling you, powerful, where it looks ridiculous because somebody else is supposed to be there to help me get my life together. Because you're the help of God, the one who is. And if you want to be that help, because you made a vow, which women are taught to not understand, and that's why they're spiritual, but they're actually there in a place that they have already been built and done by creation to literally be able to touch that place of shame in family pictures, and you're going to be able to be involved with things that so honor women that it almost looks like for us, but actually everything referring to you refers directly to us. So we get honored, and maybe you first, or maybe us first. What? Oh, my mom over here with the wooden spoon. She hates when I say that, but hey, she paid hard so I can think for myself, and she's not here to dominate myself with a wooden spoon. So I'm not a child anymore, and my mama is more than a person carrying a wooden spoon. Please meet her and please be careful, because the whole thing is like everything drama wants to come out now. Believe me, it is powerful. It is powerful. It is beautiful. It is adorable. It is precious. It is gentle. You will get to know me for real when you put in to talk to me. And that hopefully will be expensively done. Expensively done. I'm a man living with my dad at 39 years old. I will not talk about that with anybody under the sun. And the Abba of eternity shares that with me. I'm not talking about any circumstance in my life whatsoever, except for those who pay the cost will allow me to, whatever we're doing perfectly or imperfectly, have an ability. Because when they find out what's underneath, behind, and around this particular environment, whether I look ridiculous or not in any way, shape, or form, they'll understand it's extremely bogus to approach me without extreme care because of the nature of the one up there and in my spirit, whether they believe it or not. And they can put themselves in very big danger. We have to pray for people. There are people that need your prayer, dear one. Just please be careful because everything must work a distance picture with the one who's literally basking in these things. If that's not you, you can have a part of being, you know what, I was wrong, or I was wrong. You don't understand. But if the Father will care for you. He will care for you. These things will come to order, and they will come to order. And I understand that you took yourself off the internet, most likely because of me. You were probably fasting and trying to care for me. I'm not naming you here, okay? But what I do in reference to these things, we are still who we are, and we made a vow. We made a vow. And you'll find out in me in ways that do not abuse you nor anybody else. And my mother is precious to me when she is by action. And that involves something that God is purposing toward my life and is extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. And my dad's getting older here. And people need love, and my brother needs prayer. So I'm here to make sure that you are by liberty mandated. Mandation liberty, okay? Because he made a vow, I had to come over there and send my twin brothers, two power players, his son and daughter, about we tall, over here with their sunglasses on saying, we are the man and woman in white. We come and get this creation of happiness that walks the street, beautiful and dark, happy and lovely, the kiss of power, the woman of love, happiness. For me, all for me. Oh. Anyway, but excuse me, I know I've been playing a fool myself. That only reference is that I have literally mocked myself online, and people think I'm probably such a creep. We've all done creepy things. I've been on the internet. I literally called brothers up in these loving, humble brothers. It seems like, man, they must know a lot of humble sisters that know how to love people in whatever imperfect way. And I have talked about putting covenant eyes literally in front of all the people I was able to be a part of things at times for the church, but it's just like there's so much purpose against this that, and not Carter Conlon or the worshiper who happens to be your people. These people are lovely people, but there are things happening in the midst sometimes of many churches. So it can be a proof of what has already happened from that place. That means I completely agree with everything there. I also very much, I'm not sure how the exact reference point of the study is, but there might have been some issue with Bethel or things developing. And I think that there might have been some errors with that because many people can talk about Bethel, but when you get down to the reality of it, what are they saying? It's how we speak about things that we have not studied personally. And right now, I'm a person. I'm a walking person. I am not, so, I hope that you can do what you can do. And you can pray for me. And whatever you can do in conscience. If you made a vow and you're looking for a sign, may God do that to you. May God have mercy on my life. May you pray and maybe send other sisters to me that can pray. Because what I'm saying with this is, there is a very foolish way that we have adopted or accepted where we get mocked by the purpose of the adversary and whatever we do within the madness of that. Like, who wants to go and do this stuff that's obviously wacky and very problematic and brings demons and all sorts of things, I need to get free. But when I'm fighting for my life, I don't want to fight by looking at guys and being basically rejected from the sisters that I was made fun of in the context of things that involve the foundational purpose of a man, which is not just within pictures of marriage. So my life is used very beautifully out. And there are thousands of women that could use your compassion in the now. And I'm a little bit on edge. Why? Is it possible in my humanity, I mean, like literally. Do you feel the precious heart of the Father? Can you show me? Can you pray with me? Can I see your face today? If I don't respond, it's not because if you reach out to me, my phone was off. Are you being made fun of, or am I? You know, the fact is, I'm carrying this, but also somebody in my life we can pray for today. My dad is a picture, very much a paternal picture, but it almost looks like the whole thing's maternal. Because paternal refers to maternal, and paternal refers to paternal. You know what I'm saying is that women are literally always showing that God loves us. Okay, so my life involves, if you understand, I don't want that being fought by the adversary, because the fact that we have to also make sure we're all free. Now, I'm not saying that you are not free. I'm saying free in the context of things that I hope you will assess, because those who have insight will allow what they say definitively to be overridden. And they, even if they say it publicly, they will allow things to open the door, because an open door, open court kind of reality will rescue us from things going on in the right now. Now, I'm not saying that I live these things as I need to, but that is why the happiness, beauty baby, I say this stuff. It's like everything that sounds going on. It's dripping. I'm telling you, don't miss out. Because I look ridiculous as a man, and I will not be approached with questions, hopefully, because when it happens and I don't answer, you know exactly what that means. It means the adversary wants to take away from me by means of that. And it takes, I'll hope we approach you with expensiveness, and beauty, and mercy. If I preach these things, it's not that I want to, but I could be fighting for things along things that involve what happens to be coming from a powerful illustration that many people who know a lot of things, because God's imbuing these things to a lot of people. May it be many, may it be billions, may it be as much as it can be, and me be a personal part of that as a beautiful person, a lovely gift to us, who has been probably fasting and going on and praying to God and crying out, and then maybe your family saw you do these things, and somehow I never even showed up with my face across a phone call. And you waited for things, but I was being told. But see, the amount of people don't realize on their sites, I'm having confirmation all over the place. I mean, literally in different continents. Boom, 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 boom. Every screen. I say too much. I say too much. It's powerful. Does not mean that I'm here to hurt you. When I go, but it means that I look pretty, whatever I do over there, where it's not people looking like me all the time. And I'm telling you, this story is so powerful and so honoring of you as a woman. Okay, I feel ashamed saying that. Maybe it's because it's not the way exactly. Like my life is led in like a like I would say like like a symphony where it's like, you know, big brother Jesus gonna go with his bride. Like literally, when I turn this way and turn that way, it's like I'll walk by somebody on the street and God's like, whoosh, and I'll go. When I go to the street, I'm like fighting the whole. See, I shouldn't fight the precious Spirit of God. You'll realize if you get to know me that is actually the mercy picture by which you are here to see those things and understand that that's why you're here. But how you approach me may be in a lot of honor, because I'm a person that the precious Spirit of God, Emmanuel, and the Father, the Father, the Spirit of the Father and Son in my life. I mean, it's not true. I will just assume to say, prayer venture, perhaps say that he's been so hurt because he wants to establish. My life is used with women and men very beautifully and lovingly, and in whatever context, very people blah blah shout them. Don't miss out, please, 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 please. I don't want this beard to be like this, but if I keep it, maybe there's some biblical thing with that. But believe me, I'm a little eccentric. Can you just believe me? I'm not here to talk. No, there are things that are literally lit. Don't miss out because of. I'm telling you, you have no idea. But I still need to repair my life, because if it's not through the cross, I just looked up and saw my brother's age. Then if this is going to persuade you or when you arrive here, showing the world how great our Father is, and how even people like me, as dopey as I look, there we go. Okay, when you see that and you other information out, understand I'm a man, and please don't make it easy for the adversary who's a screwball. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but maybe I should say he's a complete doofus. And please, it's built to work together, but please understand, you will do what we have been touched by God's love, happiness picture with God's women who are built missiles from power Abba to an invade time. To literally, they're already gunned by creative mastery, authentically, in the you reality of you only, that when joined to have an agreement at your will, that by the dominion of your will as God's baby, you can go and say, I want heaven, and then you go and let you voice up like a baby. I'm sorry, I want to live, and I want to be in heaven. I didn't know that then, but I got resurrected, right? Didn't we? Right? Isn't that sort of what happened? And then all of a sudden, boom, you're above, and you're walking below on your pilgrimage, but you're above in part. So you're operating from your throne picture. You don't even know how to fight, and there you are, and it's like, I was like shy. So there are things you realize that you might say, how can I possibly do this? And isn't that the canvas God wants? The impossibility picture set up in a fragile thing that can unfragile itself through the belief and things that you are built, whether you, like I said, I'm saying this invention in relation to the person, but obviously I've written too many things that maybe were not communicated right and probably weren't. You understand, I will absolutely hopefully pray with you, like I will show me what to do, but things are not diabolical when they're not. And with me, there's so much clarification pictures. And we have to be very careful about that because the adversary wants to use deliverance ministers who are not at all for the adversary, but literally kind of explain how they left the reality of truth, potentially. Because I can't consent with things I can't understand. You see, I can't breach reality and come out of accord with righteousness because they speak something if they're actually right. But rightness be governed by what they know that I don't. So this is actually scriptural principle, and a lot of things have clarity. But I look like a little baby sometimes, but not at all other times. And either way, I don't want to talk about how great I am. But if I go on, you see, you're realizing that this person is like God has allowed me to be bumped in. Where I go on, people that supported me, and even the ones that were always there for me when other people just, like I said, maybe it's somehow right where, but a lot of it is not. Women are so able to literally, in a way that is by nobility purpose, literally. So when they're not hugging people, when you're taught how to be patting them you have an ability to squeeze that HLL out of people. You can literally screw the devil. Women are literally so special that we must buy billions of cases of Special K immediately. No. Special K might not be the best cereal because it's not necessarily what they say. Anyway. But what I'm saying is, look like it's about look, reality is what it is, and you're gonna love this. Please understand everything that I don't want you to do. It can be literally packed logic information, and please let me operate from the Father's care because I am not here to hurt you, or boss you. Please. What is bossing? What is slavery? What is that love? So be upset with things that have a further explanation until we're in heaven, operating in full degree. So a lot of people we believe are false. Marcus Rogers is not necessarily false. Necessarily. Look, oh my goodness, we better stop our mouths with this stuff. There are people very powerful youth that are literally kicking butt. But when they do this stuff, people just need to have some mercy pictures. I'm used for these things. It does not mean that it's not right when it's not. But if you're talking about your brother and sister in ways that God knows you're serious, the revelation was in part, but it's still pinpoint. Be liberally free. I'm saying. Now, whether I believe in this and that, I'm not a conservative or a Democrat. I think the current government is about is we're learning real quick or real slow. Really, the case. There's so much filtering of information and bogus, what I call the thought beliefs, that I don't talk about things of the nature of today because there's things that are written on my site. Pray for my site, please, all those who care. In the Facebook site, I did not make you aware of the Facebook, so you probably know about it already, I would assume. But if you don't, I heard from your mouth that you vowed off. You maybe like took a vow or something, or you said I'm not doing that. So I didn't know what the nature of that was. So I didn't introduce it to my page where you could have been messaging me through the messenger and look at this kind of visual that you could probably get much better. But I'm a man. 39 years old, living with my dad. I'm not going to talk about many things in my life. You and I are expensive enough to know, and there's so much things going on here that I would be mocking at you if you went off and I wasn't saying, God damn it, going out there doing a Mordecai right outside my place or anywhere we go. I'm not here to make you feel bad, but please, you are dramatically intense enough. That's right. To care about in actual reality, and the rest of it is not relatable. And like I said, did I give myself this? People paid for this. It's about to explode all over the place. So people, like I said, people are who they are. It's just the devil who's the dope. Because people who feed my dad every day walk in the door and they cannot interpret what they cannot. But that doesn't mean they're not intelligent. But they don't know who God is, They got a kid out there and he calls me Jesus. But he's probably traumatized. And when people are learning in here, there's an emergency over here. Please honor me because to know what's going on, that was telling me, if you came over here, that is. We may all the time. We'll be having a lot of, I'm telling you, it's built to explode with beautiful, powerful pictures. Powerful pictures for God's babies. Anyway, with myself, embarrassing again. Come on, people. Don't be ashamed of me. Not that you are. I don't know what I don't know. But you know what? There are rules in life. Okay. And I'm not saying that's you. I don't want to embarrass you, but I know that you went off the air right after I wrote. And then after it looked, it's like, I'm not bothering you. These other people are children. They're actually my family, we're so, and they need to stop influencing you away from me when nobody ever spoke with me ever at all. And they won't come in here talking all, no. If they're a pastor, I have to respect their pastorship and rip these things apart. Believe me, I'm 20 years in the faith. I'm not here to be hurting nobody. But anything can look like this, but I can rip this apart. Or whenever the Father knows I need a lot to learn, but I will go like I said, they can bring all things in here and they can look like it's ungraceful, but I will literally defunk the adversaries. May it be, Father, according to your purpose and your power, God, your loveliness, your compassion, your power, God. Because I know I have a few minutes to work with, and I will literally talk over people. Not work with what a welded fan's level of wisdom, and whether I'm speaking softly or quietly or perfectly or not, I will use what I can to rip these things to pieces. I'm not giving this stuff so I can watch somebody go off of me and speak what they think is right to possibly put them under the adversary's domination purpose within two hours or 2 weeks or 2 seconds. I'm not. People need to understand when they speak things to other people, it's going on, it's functioning out of order in how we speak about each other. It can literally bring people into agreement with something beneath their intelligence and completely beneath what their face expresses. their body, their temple, their birthday suits, everything beneath the foundation, what love is, who love is completely bogus. And all their demon party too. The adversary's complete doofus party of confusion principalities. The whole Illuminati scene is so hard to watch. You realize the adversary is constantly, basically, he has no hope at all. He's going around serving God now. So he made war against the unwarrable. In other words, you can't fight the Father at all. He went to make a gun home picture to take on God, and then basically got bombed and personally his slave, and then had God built hell for him while he told out for his babies. And all of a sudden, now he just said 55:37. If you count that up in some way, you'll realize things that are first two numbers within that number. But I'm telling you, don't miss out. It's super cool. I'm not saying it's you. Please don't hurt my heart. I want to make sure too. But can you be there for me? Aww. If you know, and I'm taking forever to verify, because I think to learn a lot of things, you'll find out. But it's powerful. Understand? I have literally been. I'm 39 years old as a man. Please, careful with me. Gentle touch, okay? Gentle touch. But when I'm looking all angry, remember, do not step on a caterpillar. I might come and rescue today. Hopefully not in my underpants to save the world from your foot, not your foot, from the shoe that you wear, not your precious loveliness and the feet that we get to see if you let us. And the whole thing is like, because you're threatening the life of the cucaracha mommy or whatever else in their babies that we have to save all day, not exactly, but hey, whatever the case, whatever the requirements of mission and destiny. Bring Bruce Lee over here. I'm not saying that he worshipped God. Obviously not, but I would say hopefully he did, but who knows? It seems kind of unlikely. All right. Oh, look at this old song. I'm lost without you. I can't remember about my water, so my singing is kind of without you. Old song from the 90s, or 2000. Without you. Get some water. Without you. Oh. Oh, I'm lost without you. Lost without you. Wow, the battery power right now is literally 38%. All the time. I'm charging since I charge this because the thing was going down, and between the warning and when it shuts off. The second warning is right before it shuts off. 38% right now. I checked it out. 12:13 p.m. now. The first, January 3rd. That's 5/3/53, as a 53 maybe. Then add that. That's 5/4. And then 3, which is 5/7. And then you have 1, 2, and 1. So that is 3. Or how about this? Yeah, 3 and then 1, which makes 157 in that number till 2 and a 1. And then add that to, now it's 39%, which is my age. 39 and my brother. 2, 1, 3. So what it was before was 38. 3, 3 and 8, 9 and 8, or 3, 6 and 8, 3 and 8, 6 and 8, either. 14, right? Wait, yeah, 14. And then add that to 39. 14 plus 12, or 13, 14 plus 9 is 23. And then basically 26. Oh. It's actually a number combined with something else. It's very powerful. I reveal too much. I want to be like Hezekiah when he was not being himself. Speak too much. I'm trying though. But you know, I've actually made things where I call out to you. I'm just trying to harness you to what you vow, you know. So if I send you something that's already been written, it needs to be just formatted simply. It might be a little bit lopsided. I send those things looking lopsided, not because you're not, because I'm trying to get to you, because I know how things work with this purpose against us as the precious children of the risen, lovable, all powerful, you know. So you're used magnificently as are many people, but when I write these things, there's a reason why I get kind of disconnected from things that are showing me over and over again. So be a part of it. If it's for somebody else, may I pray with you, and may you be there for this journey that's powerfully lit up. It is blueprint, and may nobody want to be big here. May you pray against the satanic. For those who can see that you are literally coming with a genuine, beautiful love. But if you see things on my Facebook page, there are things after that that are beautiful, and I might not be able to share it with you until we can show that we're here for the truth. You are, but see, are you able to correct it if somebody advised you who did not talk to me, which basically is talking about their brother in ways that's not, and I'm not going to talk to you in a way that's that disrespected what we promised, and I'm not going to be talked to in ways that don't pay the cost to know what they're talking about. And there are people who do this stuff and they are out of line, and they're precious, and they're still pinpoint where this act is if they understood what's going on here. That's why the Father loves us enough to correct us. Be very careful, because I people that I know, they're not having affairs and doing all stuff. It's kind of obvious, but they are putting themselves in danger by the manner in which they approach people or not, and they don't even know what's going on. They sincerely are not aware of it, and they're precious people, but they are not. They're not loving their brother, and I'm not what my writings look like, because God has verse Abasha. There's these things bursting. We cannot look at things the same way. Isn't that so obviously true of a people that are? And and there are things that are said by people like Candace Owens and things like that. I'm not saying that I'm a Republican. I'm saying that there are things that have invaded ideologically, and there's always a way to take with that, and that's your choice. I don't want to say I am statements, because I am is a spiritual statement. So I don't want to say I am this and that reference to things that involve a political thing, because I am is like a thing that's saying spiritually I am this, and the only thing we are is, you know, we belong to God, so we are His. He is the I am, you know. So I don't believe in saying I am a Republican, I am this, I am that. Now, I'm not saying they can't say that in a legitimate way, but I cannot alter to work for things that work against what your precious face and your lovely spirit. Uh, express into time. Wonder Power Mama style. Okay, anyway, so look, you'll enjoy it, but hey, don't be ashamed of me. Not that you are or would ever be. I don't even know you. So let's all honor her and pray for her when you don't know who she is, when you think you might, when you might be accurate. Honor her and keep other people out of this, and then send somebody along to pray with me, because you vowed to, and there's an emergency of loveliness and people that I speak to literally out. If you're a woman of God and you believe that God wouldn't want you involved here, do what you feel you must, and we'll just keep on honoring you, hopefully. But there are things that are so emergent that you bowed into, and there are people I spoke to, and you can love them. This is really alarming, because we're watching things go buck wild in Egypt, but the adversary shakes his tail, and people he's a dope, and these people heard about the king, And we came into Pharaoh's Egypt and seeing these people that have honored God a long time ago. Why are not there should be 400,000 people showing up for this to make sure they honor me in ways that max out the honor picture for a man, not God. I don't want to be worshipped. Complicate even more. Oh my. But understand, when I joke, I'm not here to have anybody frustrate mercy and act like, look, I'm eccentric. I need to patch myself up on the way, honor the person who God apparently might want the fragilness of that so they can be fixed. Oh, look at that. I'm seeing, oh, there's always an image. Oh my God, there I see 238. And I just saw someone that is a white guy with a woman. Let me go get this. It's about books and writing books. This is being lit up with things, and if anyone wants to pretend to be for real, I'm not here to be the bank, okay? But I will want to love people through carefulness. Don't be trying to come and be bigger than God to other people. You're not God, and if you want money not to be ripped away and have yourself, beat out God, and then find a car swinging past your way, hopefully with a Psalm 107 specialness for you. But don't put yourself in danger, people. I'm not here to be duped. And if I was, whatever you believe God is, He is who He actually is. And this other thing that people can speak towards people at all, no matter what they believe, you ain't gonna win except through honor. So we can keep on beating our butts, but unless He builds the house, you're laboring in vain. Unless He keeps the city, your safety picture is sort of by mercy being extended by the one who doesn't have to fight anybody because He's the unfightable power. Abba, big brother, the Father Abba put in maximal power. Absolute, right? What do you believe about Him? There's only one Jesus, Abba, and He is literally dominion, freedom, king. Nothing can fight Him at all. No matter what you do, you're only fighting yourself, just like the adversary, while you live under the devil, looking like God. So we just hate people. Cartoon pictures of propaganda dropping on the beautiful, loving children of God, being dominioned by the adversary, giving experiential insight on the Father and His precious Son by experience of live reality dominion in Egypt. So until you clear out of that and actually apply yourself to the mercy picture, that shows you that God is super intelligent and going to honor you by the power of miracles that you actually are, but you're living under the one who's so stupid that he believes it's actually going to work and you're going to stay in Egypt. But you're not, because when you try to get out, here comes all the drama. Hopefully not. But if it does, hey, either way, you're actually worth fighting for. And all this stuff is totally ridiculous. And when it tries to be all big, your face says, my daddy's bigger. In fact, he's not just bigger, he's dominion of reality that he put in the hands of my big bro. So I can feel special. When all the drama goes flying, I'll use that Biblia and I'll spank the devil and my sins, and I'll say, I'm getting completely out. I disavow everything sin. And I'll find it ain't boring at all because my face, my birthday suit, when I'm shaking it about like that, and all the ways that promote people to be. Death is inferior to life. Hate is inferior to love. And life rules it all. It never ends. Or rather, He never ends, right? However you say it correctly. Death is just what it is. Here to go off to hell. Built by life, not by, the adversary who gets to adversary his power picture and take himself to the adversary of his intellect, because his intellect is so smart that he charged God and charged himself into the most ridiculous picture ever known to man. I don't really want to know that more than I have. If I need a woman, woman. Oh, I feel awkward saying that. I'm eccentric, people. That's expensive. But na 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 na. Let's see what kind of music I can get going here. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm literally singing things that are actually a little bit. It's like God is doing things. Oh my goodness. Look at this, man. it's actually that you could judge, and like as God is bringing everything in illustration. I'm just seeing things literally. Oh, Father, BB and CC, like these really cool artists, and even things that people are just going a little bit like he uses all things. Oh my goodness. Oh, Father, help me. You didn't put all this into me to oh Father, I pray for James. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, these are great things that you were praying for me if you were. Because you were, and you got to put that like in cash check, as they say, maybe. Oh, Abba. Mm. It's so much that I look disorganized because it's like, how do you organize this? Whatever you've seen, there's always a context for it. Oh, mm-mm. Na, 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 na. Maybe there's things that you can see on Facebook, and there's people there that you don't know why they're there. I'm saying they will. Yes, this is a word from somebody. If it's written to a woman, it might be me contacting you, but it's saying they will contact you. But literally, Father, please give me helpers to pray this dear person into. Mm, mm. Phew. See, entrepreneur is saying everything is constant. Believe me, it's more than that. It's literally beyond degree. Oh, here it goes, BB. I mean, CC rather. Mm. Actually, mm. Hmm. Why are they just switching without my permission? Mm. Hello. Okay, I gotta save this little mix it. I wish they would leave it as it is, but now it changes. Wish it wouldn't change. Wow, these are powerful songs in here. Na, na. I sent this song to people years ago. So brightly shine on me. Dear Savior. It is 49%, which is a certain way of saying my address to what it counts to. In the world and sin and God till he appear in the soul felt its word. The thrill of hope, the weary world, joy and the other. It's mine. Oh, harmony. Only the angel voices now divine no night when Christ divine oh night oh night. Truly he taught love, the love is love, and his gospel peace. Oh, truth, true, change shall break the savings apprehended in his name. All oppression shall see. Hymns of joy, those great praise we now are. Praise His holy name. Lord, praise glory and praise. Oh, Lord, we pray for healing. Divine, oh, night, divine, oh, night, oh, night, divine. No. I'll let Doris do that. Oh man, I'm gonna meet her. So are you. May it be. Don't want to promise anything that I can't say, but believe me, it's almost insane to believe that I'll be. No, but may the Father be over that, not me. But may I be over whatever He allows me to be. Shopify. Here we go. Dun, dun. Oh, here we are. Literally, when I was so upset because I was out there in a place nearby. It's amazing what's happening. Jeffrey Golden. All things better. That was Tasha before this. You know, Tasha. Ask me. As a pet, my beard. Come the women. All right. Wow, what Alyssa says. Whoa. Literally. Whoa. I gotta play this so it can go all the way through and just so I can get all this on my. Oh wow, this is powerful. This the range of things I search for, or whatever I look, or whatever bumps into me. Wow. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh man. Right. Yes. literally 58, 318 views right now. That's 39, including the number I told you about. That's 318, 39, January 2nd, 2022, of course, yesterday. 222, it's 4, 2 plus 1, 5, which involves 5, 8, which involves a number I was basically a 66 as well, comments, whatever that, that's well before mine, and then 58 likes. So that's 5, 8 in in the forward on the likes, 5, 8 in English, and the right to left, and left to right, and then right to left, it's 5, 8, and then that's also brought in there with the thing. In other words, it's just like whatever it is, and that's like maybe 60, so 6, 6, 12. So okay, so you have, if you count this actually in a certain way, it's all saying maybe, like, if I'm correct, 60. Okay, so 5, 8, and then basically so 13 plus 1, 3. That's a 4. 13 plus 4. So that's a 3, 5. Then 3, 5 plus 6, 6 comments right now before my comment goes in. 37, which is my dad's paternal age. And then after that, by a person writing "He Changed Me," which is a person's channel, was written 21 hours ago, which is, you know, well, no, basically, either way, it's like it's all. Believe me, it's unbelievable what's going on here. 58 is the apartment. 58 likes right now. I know this number because I see it all over the place. It's 12:43 right now. 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. Right now, 12:43 is 3-7, and like, the police come to this place, and they just, in a ginger cop, ginger, and then I'm drinking ginger ale. My dad brews ginger ale, and they come, and I'm able to speak in such a way that the people, police of this township, come on camera. I said, "You guys are making a good reputation all over New York." And they said, "Just blow it off." A ginger cop was saying, "Blow it off. Don't, if they do this, don't just ignore them." They left, and the person there that I met him, that my twin brother is actually used in other words, he put it. Pray for my twin, please, immediately, please, please, please. Everybody who cares. Um, he's such a magnificent expression, may we say, of God's love. Pray for him until I care about him by marrying you. Only you. No, I'm saying is, come on, come on. We can pray, okay? We bow to this. And stay out of my business and be beautiful too. I was like, come on, but no, no, no. And we can all be happy and we can celebrate. We can all joke about it later, but it doesn't make sense at all, unless they want to explain that a breach of their vow, and somebody asking for help as family on the side of a road, and you walk by them to go to temple. No, 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 because they're not bogus by purpose and intent, but everybody's been bogus, so their insight was not enough. Talk to Job, but they stayed 7 days without food and water. Who's ever done that? So they're very wise, but they're bogus. They off. And look, I don't want to mock the family. I don't want to mock the family, but look, you are worth fighting. And whatever we feel we've been revealed to, this is a time that people have to use government pictures to ascertain. I'm being given a lot of things that can help clarify a lot of things, I will say. And believe me, already there is a purpose, powerful things that you have actually even, believe me, there are things that you said. I'm seeing them. Whatever that was. Anyway, but literally, it's like the video is 224. So if you add that to things, it might clarify what I was trying to get to. 66, which is the books of the Bible, but it's a lot more than these things. Everything's boom, 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 everything on here. Literally, I'm seeing things everywhere, man. It's literally like this is wedding ball pictures and stuff like that. It's having the number that you said, and it's like literally. And then that adds up with the number on put with it to a extremely amazing love picture, brother David. And then it's just like all over the place. And then I don't know, it's combining in all these ways. And actually, when you add this, it's 47,000 views 3 years ago, and then rounded up 47,000 views. If you actually open the video, you would see the actual thing go to the pinpoint view. Most likely, I'm just sort of assuming, but assuming. Yeah, it's like, and then 47,000 views 3 years ago. So that is, I gotta keep rolling. Just wanted to take away my comment. I'm right about 47,000 views. All right, and then like, okay, so yeah, so 3 years ago, 3 plus. Did I do this right thing? No, okay, 4. Okay, 3 plus. Hold on. That's right. All right. So 3 years ago, then take it from Hebrew. 3 plus 7, that's 7. Plus 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 3, like, is 3 is stop. Sorry. Plus 4. Okay. One thing. I read it a certain way. I'm trying to see the way I read this. Literally, so 3 and 8 plus 4, 42 plus oh yeah, 42 plus 42 plus so it's 47,000 views 3 years ago and 438. Okay. So okay, 438 minutes and 4 minutes and 38 seconds plus 47,000 views 3 years ago. If you work the numbers there, you'll find things if you look for it, or maybe I can help you because it's all over the map. If I can't say it, it's not because you're not spiritual. I have no other intent here but what it is. So please research and understand. I'm a little bit freaky in my eccentricity, which involves honesty, which means you can actually trust that it might be a little bit too much, but God's gonna help us. All right.